Hi everybody, and welcome to another strategy session where we hope to give you, the real estate professional, an idea, an action, maybe just a little light bulb moment that you can go and apply to your business. My name is Jo Mangum and I am the founder of The Strategic Agent, and I would like to talk today about self-trust. Now, last week I offered a challenge, and the challenge name was Slay the Roller Coaster. And the point of that challenge was to get you masterful in prioritization of your daily activities. And by doing that, you would not experience the roller coaster that so many agents experience. And honestly, it is one of the primary things that run people out of the business. If you want to find out more about Slay the Roller Coaster, you can click on the link below. But I have to tell you, I have received a lot of feedback in the last week over this program, and it's really, really interesting. On the one side are the people who say, Jo, this is fantastic. I am rocking through my day. I really think I'm going to hit all my goals. On the other side, the other camp, are the people who said, challenge. I don't want a challenge. I'm challenged enough. Thank you very much. I totally get it. I do. Because there are some people who only thing you have to do is say the word challenge and they're there. They will face the fear. But that is relatively few people. Most people don't really particularly like a challenge. Well, let me tell you about Slay the Roller Coaster. It is about that mastery of that skill, and specifically about your daily activity, which is a foundation to your real estate business. If you cannot master your daily activity, you're not mastering the real estate business. But I've called it challenge, but there's no win or lose here. There's no, oh, I didn't do well at that. That's not what the challenge was. The challenge was every day to plan your day given the guidelines that we laid out under Slay the Roller Coaster. But there is several other things that this is about, and that gets us to self-trust. The other really significant lesson in Slay the Roller Coaster is self-trust. What is self-trust? Well, it is your confidence that you can do the behaviors that will get you to a specific outcome. Let me give you an example. I have a friend, a colleague, his name is Mark Given, and he was telling me about his granddaughter. And his granddaughter hated everything green. Anytime you get something green toward her mouth, she would purse up her lips. She was not eating anything green. And so one day they presented her with green beans, and finally she relented and said she would eat a green bean. She put it in her mouth and she chewed it very thoughtfully. And at the end, she jumped off her booster seat and she started doing victory laps around the table. And while she was doing those victory laps, she was screaming, I can do hard things. I can do hard things. She has self-trust. That is what self-trust is, the trust that you can do those things. Now, the real question is it important? Well, as a real estate agent, it's really important. And it's really, really important because you're out there selling your services and you're out there telling people that you can do these things for them. And so you have to have confidence that you actually can do those behaviors. Well, the next question, obvious question, is how do you get it? How do you get self-trust? Well, actually, there's 4 ways. And I'm going to tell you each one, but I'm also going to tell you how we built it into Slay the Roller Coaster. The first way to build self-trust is positive experiences. So having an experience where you had to do something, a behavior that's outside your box, that led to the specific outcome. Well, it doesn't even necessarily have to be business. If you've ever done any kind of thing in your life that was a little bit difficult for a specific outcome, that's a positive experience. And what we did in Slay the Roller Coaster is this idea of many of us every day were writing these lengthy to-do lists, which we were only getting to a few of them, and we were leaving the big ones off. And what that did was it sucked us dry of our self-trust. We were not trusting that we could get it done. So Slay is all about prioritizing your daily activities and making sure you get the top ones done and having a pipeline of those others. So it's really about helping you build self-trust in those daily activities. All right, number two. Number two is mastery of skills. If you hung around me for any period of time at all, you heard me talk about the competence confidence loop. That is the theory that only through competence of a skill can you feel confident enough to execute. When I was doing my graduate work and I did my thesis on the personality traits of successful real estate agents, one of the things that we did was I went and interviewed all of these successful agents. And here's the thing I learned. They were learners. They were just learners. They were in a constant state of learning, of increasing their skills. And there's no bigger skill in your real estate business than dealing with your activities, prioritizing your activities, and doing the behaviors that move your goals forward. There is a skill set that goes along with that, and that's what we're trying to teach you. All right, number three. Number three is assurances. Assurances from people that you know and that you trust that you're on the right path, that you're doing well, that you're going forward. We built those into Slay the Roller Coaster by giving you a daily email of encouragement, a daily email of something new to learn, the daily QOD, which is quote of the day, the thing that gives you just a little inspiration. And lastly, it is about your emotional state. People take on learning. People take on building self-trust when they're in a moment of change. And one of those moments is the idea of, I'm sick and tired of feast or famine. I'm sick and tired of this business controlling me not controlling the business. It is that emotional state. It is for the people who are sick and tired of that. That's the purpose of Slay the Roller Coaster. All right, even if you are like, I'm great with my daily activities, good, I'm so happy for you. But those 4 lessons of positive experiences, mastery of skills, assurances from people you know, and trust, and your emotional state are all part of self-trust. And, you know, we can build it at different times in our lives, and then something will happen to diminish it. And unfortunately, this is something that we have to build pretty consistently. It's not something that we get and we keep it. It is one of those things that is we are having to consistently build it. So you need to seek the opportunities to build it in your life and your business. All right, that's it on self-trust. I'll see you next week.